Hello, I just sat down to film a video and I realized my camera was about to die, which is really fun, obviously. But I thought it would be fun to start a reading vlog. I've never done that, have I? It's just, I don't really do vlogs. I tend to be very bad at it. I'm realizing this looks like the freaking sun. It looks great, doesn't it? So good. But I wanted to sit down and just chat to you guys today about the book that I'm currently reading, which is all the way there, and I don't want to go there to pick it up. But I'm reading, I think it's called One Dance with the Duke by Tessa Dare. It is part of a series, a trilogy, I think, and it's a historical romance. So in the month of February, I wanted to read a few more romances because I started it off by reading a bunch of thrillers. I think there's something wrong with me, but it was really fun to read those thrillers, but I want to definitely try and get in some romances. I also started with Everyone on This Train is a Suspect by Benjamin Stevenson. Now, you might be wondering when you see this, oh, why does this look familiar? I had been talking about this book, well, the first book in this series, which is Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone. I really enjoyed it. I got an arc for that book, I think it was last year, and I really, really enjoyed reading that book. So I thought it would be so fun to pick this one up. I got this from Walmart. I just saw it. It had like a 25% off sticker on it. I was like, yes, I'm definitely taking that. So I'm here. I got this book and I'm very excited because I really want to read this one. And if you didn't know, it has like this plot where our main character is like an author who's writing this book, and he comes out to talk to you, the reader, by basically telling you about his family and the kills that they have done, essentially. And I'm assuming that's going to be a similar plot for this one, but everyone on this train is a suspect because someone is obviously dead. I think it's going to be really fun. It's a really interesting writing style. I personally really enjoyed it when I read the first book. So I'm very intrigued. I'm very excited to get to this one. I'm very hopeful, honestly. So fingers crossed it's gonna be fun. That's something that I wanted to read as well. Okay, I have a Christina Lauren book. I got an early copy of it from NetGalley, and I still haven't picked it up that much. I think I finished one chapter, and that's it. I don't know why I'm not really going for it yet, but it's gonna happen. I swear. It has to happen, right? At some point. So fingers crossed that also happens sometime this week. It might just be a weekend vlog, honestly. Will I read? We will find out.
That didn't end up happening because it is literally 2 weeks later. I am currently in the middle of a couple of books. I did finish Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare. I don't know if that was the update last time, but I did finish that book, which is like, good job, Ansu. It has been a while. Like, literally, I started reading the book in like October of last year, and I finally finished it in February. Like, mid-February is when I finished it. I'm so glad that it's finally done. But now I'm like in between two books. I have an audiobook for Kingdom of Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco, and I've read like 3 chapters of this book. I have been enjoying it. I'm in the middle of that book, but also I just started reading Anatomy of Love Story by, I think it was Dana Schwartz. Yeah. I've been reading this book as well. I literally just started it, but it seems interesting. Yeah, like I don't know too much about it other than the fact that there is this woman in the 1800s who's trying to become a doctor, but because everything is kind of ruled by men and the classes are not allowed to have women, she's not able to go into class. But the professor basically tells her that if she can learn on her own by, I guess, working on cadavers, he's okay with her actually doing things. And I'm like, okay, this is interesting. So I've been reading that, like I'm kind of getting into it, want to finish it. Today's the 28th of February. I think the last time we talked was literally the 17th. It's been like 10 days. I don't know why we're surprised, okay? But it's fine. It's totally fine. It is 9 p.m. and I think I just want to read for the rest of the night. Actually, I want to paint my nails. Another coat because it is not looking great. I do like the color, but it's just not looking that great. So I'm gonna paint one more coat on my nails, read some, and then call it a night. My arms hurt. I was not made for the vlogging. Like, hold on. That's much better, I think. Let's cut a little bit. Yes, so as I was saying, what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. This is great. Absolutely. We're off to a wonderful start. Let's actually talk about the books that I did end up reading the past little bit. I am an accomplished booktuber, like a veteran of sorts at this point. It has been so long since I've been posting on this channel. You would think I would get better at this, but I am not any better at filming videos anyway. I did end up finishing Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare. This is the book that I was talking about. It is a chunker. I started reading it in October. I gave it like three, maybe 3.5 stars. I didn't enjoy it. I so wish I did, but this one, literally, like the last 200 pages was just, it kept going. It never wanted to end. And it was like, why? Why did you not want to end? This was just kind of boring. It did have a good plot, but it didn't really capture my interest as much as I wanted it to. So this one follows around this palace people. Brain cells, where are you at? Okay, so we're in this like really vibrant city called Castlane, and there's a bunch of like nobles and stuff. We are following a prince and a sword catcher. So a sword catcher basically has like an amulet that they wear, and they will transform into whoever amulet was made from. I don't know. Or maybe the blood is there, not, I don't know. There's some kind of magic, but essentially the sword catcher is there to take the fall if someone ever wanted to kill the prince. He's like basically camouflaging as the prince. We're following around Kel. Kel was basically an orphan when he was a kid, and he gets pulled away from his orphanage into the palace, and he's portraying as Connor's, the prince's distant cousin or whatever, but they were living in the same house essentially now, and but he's actually the sword catcher. On the flip side, we do have Lynn Castor, who is Lynn Castor. Fuck. Don't tell me now is the time that I actually realized that Lynn Castor is her name. She is a magician of sorts. She can heal people. That's her power. And her name is literally Lynn Castor. Castor. In this world, there's like a rag picker king. People don't really know much about him. He kind of is from the underworld. He seems very dark and mysterious, and he kind of hires both Kel and Lynn to do something, and they cross paths later. It's interesting. The storyline is definitely something that I would want to know more about. I would continue to read the rest of the series, but I must be honest, I didn't really dig it. I just finished it for the sake of finishing it, honestly. And I really had to like push myself through this. I didn't really care too much, unfortunately. And this is Cassandra Clare's adult debut fantasy book, and it was an okay book. I didn't really care. But I also did finish One Dance with the Duke by Tessa Dare. I have been reading this for like a few weeks now. Something I forgot about Tessa Dare, I think I've read a couple of books by her, but I totally forgot that she is so into smut. There were so many sex scenes, and I'm just like, I did not see that coming. I was not expecting it at all. There's too, my dear friends, there's too much. Literally, it was giving too much. There's this man called Spencer who is a duke, and there's this woman. She's fine, she's not great, and of course she's like, oh, I just have brown hair, I'm a normal gal. And it's like, bro, just stop already, like this is annoying. But Spencer has this obsession with getting this particular horse, and he's part of this thing called a stud club. It is as stupid as it sounds. In a moment of like desperation, essentially, Spencer ends up marrying this woman, and I don't know how they fell in love. It made no sense to me. Like they barely had a conversation, and the first time like they were together, I fell in love. I'm like, bitch, how the fuck did that happen? I do not see it. Like I can't understand it. I have two more books in the series to finish because I physically own them, and I don't know why I got them because now I'm just regretting my choices. But I'm hopeful the rest of the series is going to be better. I really enjoy this as much as I wanted to. There's just, again, so many smutty scenes which I didn't really see coming. I'm tired. Let's just leave it at that, okay? I might continue reading it. Well, I do want to continue reading it just because I own the books, and I feel bad for not reading the books on my shelf. So I'm gonna try. I genuinely am. I've been very good at it this year. I think I read like 6 out of 8 books from my bookshelf, which is very cool. That has not happened in a very long time. So he was she, right? There. Anyway, I'll stop rambling, and I'm gonna be reading Anatomy, a Love Story by Diana Schwartz. I do need glasses because I'm blind.
I filmed a whole app update for you guys for my vlog, and my microphone wasn't working. I am so thrilled. This is day 14. Literally been so much time, but I am still here. We're still filming the same vlog. What are the updates we have in terms of reading? I did end up reading a couple of books. That's it. But I've also started Anatomy, a Love Story, which I have right here, and I've been reading this. I've been enjoying it. It's been going pretty well. I've read like 20 or 30 pages, and that's it. But I've also started reading Kingdom of Wicked, I think it was called, by Carrie Maniscalco. That's a pretty fun book. It's just very dark. I started reading it like in the morning, and like, oh my God, there's death. It's been good too, but this one I've been having a good time so far. It is in the 1800s, and we're following around these characters who are digging up cadavers, and it's a fun experience, for sure. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this book is going to turn out. I've heard such good things about it, so my expectations are very, very high, but we shall see. We shall see. I finished filming like 2 videos. I did my update right after I finished my first video. There is no sound, and I'm so disappointed, but I'm hoping this one has audio because my voice is fried. I don't talk this. Ah, this is when I really wish I had my dad's genes, because like that man can talk for hours and not be tired at all. I talk for like 20 minutes and I'm dying here. Like, girl, you're a booktuber. You should be able to speak. Anyway, that's my little update for right now. I'm hoping to see you guys later. I do want to film like a couple of dance videos later. I don't know if I have the energy for that because I've already done my workout for the day. I've walked a lot of steps today and I'm freakishly exhausted, but I still want to finish filming a couple of dance videos because that would be very, very good. But we'll see. If I'm words are not wording. If I have the strength for it, I will do it. If not, I'm just gonna pass out and lie in my bed for the rest of the day. That's probably gonna happen. Let's be real. But that's it. That's my little update for you guys. I'll see y'all in a little bit. But that's it. Ta-ta! Okay, so it's been an aging day, and I think it is time that I end up finishing this reading vlog. It is really not a great look for me because it has literally been a whole month, and I'm just ending this. If you're watching this and you're just like, Ansu, you did nothing, that is because I didn't do anything that was worth vlogging. I didn't really read much, but I just wanted to do a reading vlog, try to get back into it. This is something that I genuinely want to do, and I think I'm going to do like a bookstore vlog next. That one, I think, is going to be better than this. Fingers crossed. We'll see. I kind of wanted to end this off by talking to you about the books that I did end up reading in the past month, I guess, and the things that I actually did finish reading. I think I talked about Swordcatcher, so I'm not going to be talking about that book again because, yeah, it's been a couple of months. But I did end up finishing Kingdom of the Wicked, which was really fun. Um, kind of, sort of. I was lost for the most part of this book, which is very, very frustrating. But I did end up finishing it, which was such a solid deal for me. Um, this is, again, it's not my cup of tea, honestly. I don't think I've read anything similar to this in a very long while, honestly. This one falls around witches and princes of hell and their potential romance. It is a very odd book, honestly, but I did end up finishing it. I was lost in a certain point where I thought the Nona in this book was dead. She was not. I just did not realize that she wasn't dead. It was so vivid, and it looked like she died, but she didn't. I'm lost. I don't know what happened. By the end of the book, she's alive, so apparently I was dumb. So it's okay. I mean, I didn't really enjoy this as much as I would have liked to. I give it like 3 stars, but it was fine. It was not the best thing that I've ever read, but I did end up reading it. So kudos to me. But I also ended up reading. Come to Mama. I ended up reading Anatomy, a Love Story by Dana Schwartz. Are you proud of me? I finally finished it. Honestly, like, how? I don't know. This one follows around this girl who wants to be a surgeon. I've talked about this a couple of times in this vlog. I think, I don't know what happened in this vlog, quite honestly, but it's still gonna go up. It might be trashy, but you're gonna deal with it because you absolutely adore me. We all know this. Thank you. I did end up finishing this book as well. And those are pretty much the books that I finished reading in this vlog. So I did end up reading these 3 books in this vlog, and I think you should be proud of me. Because I am. It's only been a month. It's just supposed to be a weekend vlog, but it worked, and I'm done with it, so I think you should be proud. Yeah. So these were the books that I read. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I'm never going to do this again. Okay, I will do this again, but properly, I swear. I will do this better next time. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this wild ride of a whole ass month of me doing absolutely batshit nothing. I will see you all next time with another one. Until then, I'll talk to you all in the comments.